It's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer, Mr. Politician?
I'm so glad again and again to be in the studios of Unity 93.3 FM here in Jos North Plateau State, Nigeria. We're reaching you live from the hills of ZINARIYA, to be specific. Iji Adamu is my name. You can just call me Cool B. I'll be just fine. It's Friday, and I want to believe someone out there would join me in the spirit of thank God it's Friday. All right, it's the 26th day in the month of January 2024. Yes, this is Unity Train, and it happens to be the very last editions for this week. It promises to be very, very interesting. And now we will never stop until it is 9:30. But of course, there are segments to this. And so we have this very segment, the 30 minutes for review. And the next 30 minutes will be for a discussion. And Friday's edition of Unity Train is called Grassroots. And so I pray that you look forward to the grassroots representative that we'll be having in the studio later on air. And then the last segment will be your own segment where you get to call and we hear from you. And very quickly in the studio this morning is someone who believes in the greatness of this very country. I'm talking about Nigeria. And of course, he's no any other person than Professor Paveno H. Bar Mayi. And he'll be saying a very big good morning to our listener and our viewer. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Kulbi. Have you eaten? Suda Makan?
Suda Makan. Yes.
Good morning, viewers. If you're in other parts of the world on a different time zone, good afternoon, good evening. This is 93.3 FM radio. And Unity TV, those watching on satellite, we salute you around the world. It's a wonderful, beautiful day. We want to say Jumat Mubarak to our Muslim faithful. It's a day of worship, a day of prayer, a day of meditation and reflection. And we pray for peace in our land. And we keep praying that God will give us strong, vibrant leaders in our nation, Nigeria, because leadership is key to sustainable peace and development in any country. If you have wonderful leaders who are visionary, great leaders, those leaders will ensure that the nation is great and the nation is what it is supposed to be.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning and good morning and good morning. It would be lovely if you get to stay tuned with us because we cannot do this without you. So thank you so much for always being there. But of course, it's time also to say thank you for choosing to live in peace with yourself, live in peace with your family members, because of course your family forms a greater part of the society. If there is no peace in the family, then the society will also, send the same signal. So let's do the needful and live in peace with each other. Tolerance is very key. Thank you so much. Just a message anyway from me. All right, Prof, very quickly before we even start looking at the headlines that we have for today, sir, it won't be bad if we look at just leadership. I learned there's something about just leadership. Is it graduation?
Just leadership school.
Leadership school.
Tomorrow is the graduation of the second set of the just leadership school. You recall some time ago I said that one of the reasons I'm confident of Nigeria becoming great is that we're training leaders all over the country. The African Center for Leadership and Strategy Development, in collaboration with the Mountains of Hope Foundation, JOS, organized a very fantastic, wonderful, in-depth teaching to raise groom leaders that will impact our society in all facets, in all dimensions, in all spheres. For the last 1 year, these leaders in the making, and some who are already occupying leadership positions, have been trained in the art and science and skills of leadership. And so the graduation will be tomorrow, by God's grace and mercies of the second set. The first set has already graduated, January 2023. This is the second set of the Just Leadership School graduating, and it will be tomorrow. Well, attendance is by invitation, but just for people to know that something is being done in Jos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Lagos, other parts of the country. This leadership training is ongoing. So the second set of the Just Leadership School will be graduating tomorrow at 10 o'clock at the auditorium of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Jos, and very distinguished personalities will be there to be part of this graduation ceremony. It will be a very wonderful, glorious time tomorrow as the Just Leadership School holds the second set of graduation. And it will be nice to have people like you, journalists, members of the phrase, whether you're invited or not, you're always invited. All right, so, and because we believe that all these problems and crises we're having in our country is because we don't have leaders, true leaders in the sense of the word. You know, if we have visionary leaders, you can discover oil in the desert. You can turn a desert land into green vegetation. If you have true leaders, all this crisis and fighting and killing, you can have a place of peace. A great leader in history was known to have even reconciled wild animals, wolves, with people to live in peace. You know, St. Francis of Assisi. So if you have great leaders, you will have peace in your country. That's why Rwanda are no more fighting, in spite of the fact that they had a genocide. That's why South Africa is at peace today, because they have Nelson Mandela. Rwanda has Paul Kagame. So we need fantastic, visionary, great leaders. And that is what Just Leadership School is all about. We are believing that in the near future, we will have raised leaders all over this country, around Africa, that will occupy their rightful places and ensure the peace and the prosperity of our nations in Africa.
Yes, sometimes, Prof, we don't find it so easily to talk about, every day we come talk about killings, talk about the number of people, killed. Not really because we don't feel or we are not being pained by it, but, sometimes to avoid escalations and people feeling, retaliations and things like that. I think these are some of the reasons. Sometimes journalists would want to just leave it for sometimes. But of course, leaving it for sometimes too might not really help. And so today we are beginning again on the plateau. And this one says the Plateau State violence at least 43 killed in Nigeria, clashes in Mangu. So that is it for a headline. And another one, although just after that, of course, we have to look at that. We are from the plateau.
Yes.
We're reaching out to the entire world from the plateau.
From the plateau.
And so it would be good if the world gets to know what is happening on the plateau,
Absolutely.
even from this platform.
Could be, it breaks my heart what is happening on the plateau. On this platform, we've said it again and again. And our leaders have refused to listen. Our leaders have refused to heed to our suggestions. Our leaders have refused to implement very simple, basic things that can guarantee peace in our land. Now, BBC is reporting to the whole world that at least 43 people were killed in the Mangu crisis. And they are basing their figures on video evidence they have, pictorial evidence, testimony of witnesses, and there are reporters that have been able to come to some of these places and report that at least 43 people. In fact, some of the witnesses told them how many people they buried. Some of them told them how many corpses they saw. And so, at least 43 people. And this is important because, our local media are sometimes censored, and the security forces also, they're under censorship. They are not allowed sometimes to tell the whole truth. If they see like 50 people are dead, they think that they should say 10, maybe to bring some peace, or say it's only 1 or 2 people that died, and things like this. And they can downplay, the degree, the magnitude of the violence. And it is unfortunate that we keep having this. And sometimes I wonder to myself, what has happened to our humanity? Nigeria is a country that is the second most prayerful country on earth, according to statistics. Second most prayerful country on earth. And Nigeria is rated as the most religious country on earth. The average Nigerian is either a Muslim or a Christian. We have very few atheists. We have very few traditional worshippers. And we are over 200 million people. We say we believe in God. We say we go to worship Fridays, Sundays, and we have preachers. We read the holy books. But why have we become worse than animals? How can a human being slaughter another human being, kill another human being? Do you know, viewers and listeners, could be in one of the videos a young man was being killed. He was being slaughtered, and the people killing him were recording it. Recording it in this mango crisis. They were recording it. And the young man, was screaming and crying. They were recording it and killing him worse than you would kill a chicken. How have we become animals? Even animals don't behave like this. How many wild animals have you seen behaving? How many dogs or goats have you seen behaving the way we are behaving? What has happened to our humanity? It beats my imagination. It breaks my heart that human beings created in the image of God, human beings that are supposed to be a model, to other creatures, we've become worse than lions. We've become worse than tigers. We've become worse than dogs. We've become worse than pigs. We've become worse than animals. What has happened to our humanity? Let's even keep religion aside. Let's forget about even religion. A human being is a human being. Why will you kill your fellow human being? For what reason? Do you know could be that in this crisis, BBC with eyewitness, with video evidence and pictures said that at least 7 mosques were burnt down. At least 4 or 5 churches were burnt down in this crisis. Mosques were burnt down. Mosques, churches were burnt down on both sides. What has happened to us? Why do we claim to be Christians? Why do we claim to be Muslims? But we are not doing the right thing. We are not obeying God. We are not keeping His commandments. Both in Islam and in Christianity, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not kill. Why do we kill? Why do we slaughter people? Why do we open gunfire and kill people? Why do we burn down houses? It's something that I cannot understand. And these are people that will go to places of worship and they will be claiming to be calling on the name of God. What are we going to tell God on the day of judgment? That because I hate this person, I decided to kill him? Or because this person belongs to a different ethnic group, I decided to kill him? Because this person belongs to a different religion than mine, I decided to kill him? Did I create the person? Did I give that person life? Who among us can give life to anybody? Who among us has ever created a butterfly? Who among us has ever created an insect? Who among us has ever created even microscopic organisms? Now, why do you want to take a life that you cannot create? I just don't understand what has happened to our humanity. Some of the barbarism that we hear about, some of the wickedness, satanic, evil killings that take place, you wonder whether those people doing those things are human beings or they are demons. Even the devil, sometimes you wonder whether he will behave in the way we humans behave. I sometimes think that when the devil sees some of these things we're doing, maybe he used to doff his heart and say, you people are more than me. He said that you people are more wicked than I am. Can you imagine?
Sure.
Babies killed. Can you imagine pregnant women killed? Their wombs ripped opened. Can you imagine people in their sleep slaughtered, killed, massacred? For what reason? What did they do? And these things keep happening again and again and again and again. And our leaders, as usual, they had a fanfare, a show in Mango. They went there and went to the palace of the paramount traditional ruler of Mangu local government area, and they had the usual meetings of leaders, and had a good time, and said there will be peace, and we keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and we expect a different result. There will not be any different result. You already know what the result of these actions will be. Do you know why these killings now have subsided? It is not because there is peace. It is because of the superior military power. The security forces that went there by force, they have foiled the attacks. They have forced the people to retreat. They have forced the people to stop killing, not to live in peace.
Yes.
You don't enforce peace with guns and grenades, and military might and all that. You can stop killings, you can stop violence, but not peace.
Just to go and regroup.
This is the time that we should think about restoration of peace. This is the time we should think about healing of wounds. This is the time we should think about reconciliation. I tell you, if we don't do that, we are still going to have more of this crisis. Already the police force have told us that they have quelled attempted attempts to cause this crisis in other villages. Because more attackers were coming to burn down places of worship, to kill innocent people, to slaughter people, and they were able to stop, a lot of these attacks that they're not even talking about, in details. But you see, if we want lasting peace, our leaders should go back. What is the root cause of this crisis? What is the source? Where is it originating from? What is the origin? If you don't address the root cause and you keep dealing with symptoms, if you cut a tree from the branches, the leaves, and you leave the root in the ground, you're wasting your time. It's just a matter of time the tree will grow again. And that's what has been happening.
Much stronger.
And it will grow and flourish, and bloom. And this is what our political leaders have been doing. I expect that His Excellency Calip Manasseh Mutfwang, along with all the security forces, with all our traditional leaders, we should go and sit down, go back to the drawing board and say, look, what is the cause of this crisis? Not the symptoms. What we've just done is address the symptoms. Go, stop it. Don't do it. Now, the people who have lost loved ones, what are you doing about them?
Yes.
Is there rehabilitation?
You have them scattered all around.
Is there healing that is taking place? And is there reconciliation between the warring parties? And have you addressed the issues that are causing this problem? Is it a matter of land that is causing? Have you addressed it and done something about it? Is it the matter of mercenaries that are being brought from other places? Because one of those arrested said they brought some people from Nasarawa State, they brought some people from other places. Some of the fighters come from, even outside the country, and all that. Now, have you addressed those issues? What is the grievance of these people? What is their bitterness that they can hire people to come and fight?
What is their bitterness? It means
what is the bitterness in the hearts of the people that they can organize their youth? Because the religious leader was talking about organizing, his followers, and used to even fight. Have we addressed the issue? Have we sat down to say, look, what is the cause of this problem? We have not always been like this. 50 years ago, it was not like this. 60 years ago, it wasn't like this. What happened along the way that we've degenerated to become worse than animals? We are not addressing these issues. Our leaders have done fanfare now. They will say peace has returned back to Mangu local government area. Then they will go to sleep. And then, they will leave those security personnel, even the military high command has deployed security forces around the country. And here in the state, you have the police and all that. They'll be hanging around and give some semblance of security and peace. And when they're tired, they will return back to their barracks, and another violence will erupt. Because we've not dealt with the root cause of the problem. Deal with the root cause, the root cause of the problem. Do you know why we've not had a repeat of the genocide in Rwanda? Because they dealt with the root cause of the problem. The Hutus and the Tutsis were not only rehabilitated, a healing process took place. And there was a reconciliation and forgiveness. And now they live in peace. I have a Rwandan daughter, not a biological daughter, but somebody that is a daughter to me by adoption when I stayed in Uganda. And, you know, up to today, I have not asked her, are you a Hutu or a Tutsi? She's a Rwandan. She came to read medicine in Uganda while I was there. And she became very close to me and to my family. And to this day, we relate. Do you know, if you ask me today, I don't know whether she is a Hutu or a Tutsi. Why? Because in Rwanda, it is illegal to even ask.
To ask?
The first time
not even to answer.
I asked my driver, are you a Hutu or Tutsi? The man, hey, he exclaimed. And he warned me. He said, sir, please, don't ever ask this question again. You'll be arrested.
Where we have, like in Nigeria, there is a serious problem in this country. The reason is because if you have gone to other parts of the country, names like Aboki, these are names we call ourselves. And then you are not tempted to be given the space to operate like other Nigerians just because you are perceived to have come from a certain region of the same country.
Absolutely.
We don't talk much about this, but these things are happening.
Absolutely.
You have a place where people look at you as somebody who is a foreigner. Even foreigners are human beings.
In your own country.
In your own country. Just because of region. You don't belong to this region. And so you shouldn't have the space that other people have.
In your own country, they call you Aboki, they call you Inyamri, they call you Omo Gambari.
Yes.
They will say this one is Berbe, they will say this one is Kafri, this one is Arne, they will say this one is this one is that one. In your own country,
this one is Malu.
You've been stereotyped already. There is already a prejudice against you. Already there is this tag around you. You just say, look at that Nyamri coming, look at his big head, this and Nyamri man coming, he doesn't belong here. You know why? Because we've not been able to build nationhood and integrate and have this cohesion and become truly a nation. We're just a geographical entity, a country by boundaries and geography. But the people have not truly integrated. We don't have that cohesion. We don't see ourselves as Nigerians first. We see ourselves first as ethnic bigots and religious bigots. Then every other thing is secondary. The average Nigerian is proud to belong to his ethnic group and religion. He's not proud to be a Nigerian. He doesn't care about Nigeria. All he cares about is the preservation of his religion and ethnic group. That is first and foremost. And it affects us in every facet and dimension of our lives. And unfortunately, our political leaders have continued to embrace this narrative, to sell this narrative, and it has become part of our policies. We even call it federal character and all that. You want to get a job, they want to know which state are you from, which local government are you from, which tribe are you from, which ethnic, which religion do you belong to, and why do you need to know my religion to give me a job? Why do you need to know my village to give me a job? This is what our country has become. Worse than a banana republic. That has been the plight of Nigeria. Why? We don't have leaders who know what to do and have the willpower to do it. We have so many people in power who are just there, some of them by accident, some of them are there because they have a godfather, some of them are in positions of leadership because they want to amass wealth for themselves, or it has been their ambition and all that, and we've been profiling solutions. Look, let me tell you something, viewers and listeners. Could be.
Yes.
This violence we have all over the country, kidnapping, terrorism, banditry, and all that is something that can easily, I say it again, let me repeat it, easily solve, very easily. It's so easy to solve this problem that it beats my imagination that we are not able to solve it up to today. Very easy. Do you know that the Rwandan genocide, it took just a few days to stop it? And it took just a few weeks, to begin the healing process, rehabilitation and reconciliation. And that was the end of it. To this day, we're talking about from 1994 to today. We've not had the repeat of that. What is wrong with us, Nigeria? What is wrong with the giant of Africa? What is wrong with our security forces that went and enforced peace in Liberia, enforced peace in Sierra Leone, and those countries are still at peace to this day, and we cannot do it in our own country? What is the problem? That's what we should be asking ourselves.
Yes, Prof, one of my brothers just came back from South in the same country. You know, his narrative is that his experience when he attended a church, his Akwai church actually, over there, you know, but the people in that particular state will always refer to the church as Aboki's church, because to them, the church is being attended by mostly northern Christians, you know, and Plateau people always want to go there, and because that's the church they're familiar with, mostly in Jos here, and so it's Akwai. And so anybody who goes to that church, as far as they're concerned, they are second-class Christians. And again, they must find a way of associating the fact that they are Christian, but they are Aboki's church. This is the country where we're living in.
It's really sad.
You hardly hear this on air, but it's happening. When should we come out and then see how we address such things?
It's really sad. Do you know, I've been to Rwanda, I've interacted, and I feel safer in Rwanda than I feel in my country, Nigeria. I feel more accepted. I feel more human in Rwanda, in Uganda, in Malaysia, in Ethiopia, in other parts of the world than in my own country. Because some of those countries have understood that, look, this is a human being first.
First of all.
And some of these countries are small countries, they're not big. But their experiences have taught them a lesson. Now, when you call somebody an aboki, you use it as a derogatory term.
Yes.
It's not even that you're calling him in a respectful way. It is derogatory.
Exactly.
They're saying you're aboki. You are inferior to me. I am superior to you. I am a son of the soil in this place.
After all.
You're just a settler or foreigner. And that's gone. And we're the same country. And the same religion. You can imagine what we're talking about. In the same religion, we stigmatize each other, we stereotype each other, we use derogatory words against each other, and we still go and we say that we are worshiping God, we are praying to God. What kind of hypocrisy is that? You now see why most of the prayers that are prayed in Nigeria are just useless, they're just vain, there is no impact, there is no change in the country, and yet we are the second most prayerful country on earth. You now see why our prayers are not going anywhere. Because in the same religion, we discriminate against each other. This is great hypocrisy. And yet you see nations that don't even pray, they are progressing. Do the Chinese pray? Do the Japanese pray? Those Koreans, how much prayer do they pray? Even in the Western world, you think that the Germans do spend a lot of hours and days praying and fasting. If you go to Nigeria now, look at the Christians. The average Christian is fasting and praying in January. It has become a tradition, a ritual, that many of the churches fast and pray in January. But what is the impact? You fast and pray and you're corrupt in the market. And you're fighting on the street, you're insulting, you're calling somebody aboki, you're calling somebody nyamri, you're calling somebody omogambari, you're insulting somebody. You know, on the street, you're fighting, you're stereotyping, you're feeling superior to others, and you think that your prayer will make any impact.
Prof, even the prayer has changed, because these days the prayers will be that God should destroy those whom you perceive to be your enemies.
Can you imagine that?
The same God you know would... Okay, rain, when rain comes, it doesn't go to just one person and then not the other person. Everybody used to have rains.
God gives rain to the good and to the evil.
But you are praying.
Better than God?
In fact, you just have a perception that this person is my enemy.
And you are praying
that
to God
should destroy all of them.
How do you read the Holy Scriptures? In fact, if you're a Christian, you should know that the Bible says, love your enemies.
If at all is your enemy.
Pray for those who despitefully use you. Love them, pray for them, not pray against them. When you are praying against them, you've created your own scriptures.
That's it.
You've created your own religion different. And if you're a Muslim, you know that living in brotherhood, in peace, is the bedrock of Islam. And if you know anything about Islam at all, you should know that Islam promotes peace. Islam is synonymous to peace around the world in different regions. I've lived in a Muslim country. I've lived in an Islamic country. Not like some people, they say that Nigerians, you are very religious and all that. But I lived in a Muslim country. In a Muslim country, I live in a Muslim territory where we even do Christian worship is done on Friday, Muslim worship done on Friday, and I've not experienced this kind of violence, discrimination, killing, and all that. My best friends were Muslims. To this day, we still relate with them. Why is Nigerian religion different from other people? Why is our own Islam, our own version of Christianity different from other people? Why do we regard each other as enemies when we should be friends? Why do we kill each other? Why do we go against each other? Do you know that my family is predominantly a Christian family? One of the people that made the greatest impact upon my family when we were growing up as little children, and I will call his name on air, Alhaji Abubakar Gambo. Alhaji Gambo impacted our family so much because my mother was a widow, young widow. We lost our dad early in life. This Alhaji Gambo almost every day comes to visit my family, to ensure that there is food, to ensure that there is no problem in the family on daily basis, like a ritual. The man was coming religiously every day. Do you children have any problem? Madam, is there any problem? This was those golden days in Nigeria where nobody regard religion as a big deal or tribal inclinations. This man will come. He did not bother about his religion. He did not bother that the people he was taking care of were not Muslims, and he never even, for once said, okay, some of you should become my Muslim so that I will help you. No, as far as he was concerned, he was helping human beings. Until we learn to treat ourselves as humans, we will continue to kill, we will continue to destroy. All this mayhem will continue. And very important, let's remember the words of Martin Luther King Jr. We must learn to live together as brothers, or else perish as fools.
Thank you so much, Prof. Our listener and viewer, we'll go on a short break. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your
Unity? Unity TV.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.
We're glad to be in the studio of Unity 93.3 FM. It's Friday, the 26th day in the month of January 2024. It's lovely, and I'm sure someone out there is joining me in the spirit of saying, thank God it's Friday, a worship day. And I'm sure Nigeria will be receiving a lot of prayers today, because somehow I truly believe that someone is praying for Plateau State today, and by extension praying for the whole country. Okay, in the studio, you know, every Friday's edition of Unity Train, we call it Grassroots. This is not just to talk about issues from the villages, but of course to reach the very people in our various communities. So thank you so much for being with us this morning. And for Grassroots edition of Unity Train, I have someone representative of the Basa Dariba Asak, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Asak community is in the studio, and he is Mr. Abdullahi Abdul Hamid.
Yes.
He'll be saying good morning to our listener and our viewer. Please, will you, if you don't mind, say good morning to our listener?
Good morning, all. My name is Abdullahi Abdul Hamid. As he said, from Basa local government. Live at Asak or the River village. Yes.
All right, thank you, Abdullahi.
Yes, sir.
It's so lovely that you're here. I have a shock for you. The surprise is that the guest, my second guest, is actually also from Basa.
Okay.
Yes,
Very
and it's lovely. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, our listener and our viewer, again, to my left-hand side is Mr. Sunday Al-Hassan from Hukia community in Basa local government, Plateau State, Nigeria. And he will be saying good morning to our listener and our viewer. Mr. Sunday, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, thank you. All right, what we do on Grassroots is that we bring the very people who are in the community, whom have been in the community, been in the villages, wherever it is that they have been, and then have had first-hand experience or have witnessed what the community have been through, the challenges of the community, and then we get to hear. If we concentrate development only in the cities, it will not help us that much, because if the villages are nothing to write home about, nothing to want to be proud about, then the city will, in just a matter of time, will be a problem for us to continue to live in. And so this platform is meant to also have attention thrown to the villages, so that we will get to hear what has been their issues and how possible can we come to rescue the situations. And that is why Unity Train, thought as much to bring this on. All right, let's just begin the conversation. It's a very, Mr. Sunday, I'm sorry you came all the way from Hukia this morning.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us about the road.
Well, yeah, so, well, So the road
is good.
No. So in fact, the road we are applying to, the road is very, very deplorable. Let me just put it like that.
Okay.
Let me just put it like that. So, in fact, when we talk about the road, we don't have any access road.
Okay. Okay. Huke don't have access road.
At all.
Okay. It's not motorable. Like. All right. Okay. Apart from road issues, what other things do you think as a community you are facing? Is there any other challenge? Is there any other issue in terms of primary schools, in terms of primary health care facilities, in terms just anything at all?
We have primary health care.
Okay.
And the problem we are facing for that issue, that area, is that we have a good standard primary health care.
Okay.
But we don't have staff, not very primary health care. So now, if you go there, you can see a very good building there. So, but the problem is that we don't have staff.
All right. You have a wonderful, by structure, you have a very good one for primary health care. But what about facilities? Do you have the equipment? Do you know about that if you have or not?
Yeah, there is a lot of logistic there. We have some different kind of logistic for that. In that very, let me health. Yeah, that building. Let me just say community efforts.
Okay.
We have those facilities, but we don't have somebody to operate them.
Okay, staff actually is still the issue. Okay, well, we'll be coming back to you, but then let's go back to my very own Basa person, Abdullahi. So can you please again, what are the challenges, what are the issues that you would want to tell Nigerians?
Oh, well, Alhamdulillah, these are very good questions, and I really appreciate for the moment, sincerely speaking. Issue of challenges we are facing in our various villages, sincerely, we have a lot of challenges.
That's good.
And I believe those challenges, they are the ones that are almost causing 80% of the problems that we are facing today in the country.
All right.
Why did I say so? You see, in our villages, various places, you discover that in terms of education, education is one of the most important thing people have to focus on. If we want to learn how to live together, we must be educated. If you want to respect a human being, you must be educated. If we want to live as a Christian, as a Muslim, we need to be educated. So, in our various villages, we have thousands of people that are living there. Before, we are having nomadic school. And those nomadic schools, they were mainly for the Fulanese people so that they can educate their children there. And we cannot just be producing children and leave them without education. Sincerely, definitely we have a lot of problems.
Wow. I mean, I'm so interested in this aspect of the conversation, grassroots now. Talking about nomadic education.
Yes.
And before you even mentioned nomadic education, you said there is that need to, when you give birth to children, you help them to undergo through training,
of course.
formal trainings, to be educated.
Yes.
That will help them to, be able to analyze things before even diving into it. Now, but you seem to have that issue. You don't have schools, functional schools.
No, we don't have, sincerely speaking. That's just what we have thousands of people that are living in the villages, but we don't have the nomadic school. We only obtain one. And that one nomadic school was abandoned. It was during the leadership of Chairman Engineer Stephen. He was the one who went and renovated that nomadic school.
Okay. Do you remember the location of the nomadic school?
Yes, it's around Gurum site.
Gurum?
Yes.
Okay, it's different from the one at Dogondaji.
Dogondaji. No, it's the same. It's within that environment.
Okay.
Yes, it's within that environment.
Okay.
Yes. And if you look at all the primary school, back to our normal education, apart from the nomadic school, children are left behind. Daycare school, primary, nursery, primary school, teachers are not there. Government are not employing teachers. You discover in a primary school, just you discover it's only a headmaster, maybe with a one staff or two.
Yes,
and they have a lot of children.
Hundreds of children.
Yeah, they will be busy dancing here and there. At the end of the day, they'll close and go home. And you know, after that, you know, you discover there is no staff. And we have a lot of vacancies. Government need to intervene. We need employment. They need to employ a teacher that will educate those children. If we keep on leaving those people liability, at the end of the day, our country will not
Yes, of course they are growing.
Sincerely, they are coming up.
They are growing.
And if your child discover that you don't care about him, you are not rendering your services as a father, and the government are not rendering their services as a government, what do you expect them to do? Definitely we'll have a problem.
Wow. I think this is a very big issue. It's a very big issue that I am beginning to think that we could just throw our lenses to make sure that children are given attention in terms of making sure that the school.
That's what we need. That's what we need presently. Once we educate them, let me tell you the challenges we are having in this country. Wallahi, 90% of the challenges will be gone. Can only be dragging with 10%. Because if they are educated, nobody will influence them to put them in anything. They cannot join any gang.
To recruit them into any of
that thing. And they will know the value of human being. No one will kill. No one will like to cheat on another. Christian and Muslim will live together. Just presently now in Baza, although we have met, since our parents have been living together, and up till now we are living together with the Christians. In my house, in my village, I am telling you this, you discover that a Christian will live in our house presently now, reach 11, 12 o'clock midnight. And they will be there, we are sharing ideas. And we do go to their house.
Because while you are educated.
Yes.
So imagine the younger ones are not being...
They are not building in that education.
So what do you expect in the future?
Sincerely speaking, if we left them just liability, to be honest, they will become a problem to the local governments, to our various villages, to the country, to this entirely.
Wow.
This is the kind of challenges that we are facing.
This is a big problem. It's a big problem. Let's hear about school from you, the man from Huike. About schools, do you have a school that is working for you, for your children in that community?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
We have a good number of staff.
All right.
Let me say teachers. But the problem that I'm witness nowadays is that I don't even see throughout this week or last week to be so. I don't see school children there. I don't see even teachers, and I don't know what is going on.
Okay.
Are they on strike? This is what I don't know.
Okay.
So that is the reason why. But the school is now reached a good standard now, because there was a renovation in that school. Before, the school was somehow deplorable like that.
Okay.
So that's
okay. Mr. Sunday, apart from the issue of school, thank God in terms of primary health care, there's a structure, you have the facilities, but you don't have resource persons, that is the staff. And then concerning primary school too, you seem to have the school there, but somehow you also have staff. But at the moment, they have not been coming to work.
Yeah.
All right. Apart from this, what other thing do you think is a problem for you as a community?
Okay, we have a problem of the issue of water. We don't have a good drinking water for the place.
All right.
So these are our main problems, major problems that we are facing in that very community.
It's all right. Okay, let's come back to... you are becoming very emotional, and there's nothing bad about that.
Thank you very
because this just simply informed that we have for a very long time ignored or shown the fact that people like you from the grassroots are not given space to come on air and then tell Nigerians the issues that you are going through.
Yes, it's true.
Now, what other issues do you have?
Apart from that, you know, in terms of roads issue and all these boreholes, all those things, it is the problem that is all over. Okay. We also have those kind of challenges in our various places. You understand?
Okay.
And sincerely speaking, my brother, I want to tell you this. We need to go back to this education.
All right.
Because I emphasize on that education. I remember a verse in the glorious Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ku anfusakum wa ahlikum nara wa quduha an-nas wal hijara. He made mention those who believe in Allah. They should protect themselves, protect their children. What the verse is simply mean what? We should take the responsibility of our children. And today you discover parents also, they have we have lapses. Parents are not taking good care of their children. You will be you know, maybe you married more than more than one wife, 2, 3, and you have a numbers of children, but you don't care about them. You don't care about where they are living, where they are spending their day, who is their friends. All you know, you have given a bath, but you don't care about their education. And the education is important. Especially conquer Islamic knowledge to them. They should go to this Islamia and this nomadic mainly is for what? Is to educate them both.
Is to bring them together, so that they will go through this training, have a solid foundation in terms of education, and then grow up in that foundation and become resourceful.
Exactly. I am telling you, I remember, you know, all this problem that is going on in the Plateau State, religion, jingoism. Sincerely, we are not facing that problem. That's why I always appreciate the leaders of Rukuba people. You understand? They are king. They are leaders. They are very united. They are very good. They love peace. They are the people that love peace. We live together with them. I remember when my father is late. I remember when he died. These Rukuba people, they were the one came to the burial ground and said they would be the one to dig this thing. You understand? Because the kind how they live with my father, and my father trained a lot of them. Today they have come to something. You understand? So we still maintain that peace. An issue of issue of these challenges, issue of cattle rearing. You understand? Between farmers and herders.
Yes.
We have so many ways to solve all those problems. How previous people were living, all those problems are not coming. Why now? Why? Why is like that? Before, let me tell you, the reason why all those problems are coming up, people who used to take this thing into their law into their hands. When you have a farm, mistakenly my cows enter your farm, what do you supposed to do? You know my father, you know where I am, you know my house, then you go to my house. You understand? So that they can go and check. They should pay you what I have destroyed in your farm. But you just take law into your hand. Maybe you may easily, you know, in terms of beating that boy or that who is rearing the cattle, at the end of the day you may fail and die. And from there, what do you expect?
Another issue.
Yes, another issue. And there's a problem we're having. Taking law into hands, sincerely speaking, is not a welcome idea. So our Kuba leaders, they are very kind. Even last week, they called for a meeting. I appreciate one Serki from Bengal. He called the Fulanis Arukuba. Let's come together. Please, how can we live in peace? How can we go to solve all this problem that is coming up? We, the Fulani, we organize some Fulani youth, that after cows have gone to the bush, some will be following the cows and make sure you went at the right place. Yes, you are not eating people's farm. You are not throwing cows into the people farm and just be eating their crops. It's not allowed. We are against it. So we are sincerely standing firmly to iron all those problems. So in our community, we are living in peace. We don't have any challenges. Sincerely, and with the effort of the leaders, the arbors and the kings, all of them, the leaders. So with their effort, to be honest, we are getting peace.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, talking about how you've been managing conflict between farmers and herders, I think I will just get to hear a little from Mr. Sunday. I know also that, well, this is not that you are representing, because, you know, in terms of talking about issues from our communities, this is grassroots. You're speaking for yourself. You're not being sent by any community leader to stand on behalf of them. You're speaking for yourself. So please, can we hear from you how you've been managing such issues, even from your own communities?
Okay.
You may need to speak up because so that our listener will get to hear you some more.
Okay, and the issue of peace.
Mm.
We are now living in peace with our fellow brothers. Let me Fulanis.
Mm.
We are now living in peace with them.
Mm.
There's nothing like a conflict.
Mm.
Since if I could remember, we are now 4 years now. There's nothing like any misunderstanding between my people and the Fulanis. So we're just living in peace now. So everybody is enjoying the dividends of the peace now.
All right. So, but how have you been managing it? Like Mr. Abdullahi just said. He said traditional rulers would often call, so that the farmers and the herders will sit. Have you been having such meetings just to call and then to talk about what has happened and how it should not happen again?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And we have been having meeting with some of the Fulanis leaders, such as youth leader and the elders.
Okay.
So just because we don't want anything that happened recent to repeat itself. So we have a meeting, peace meeting with them. So in terms of any, let's see, let me, when they are grazing, let me just put it like that. So any Fulani boy or man that is grazing, have any havoc or destroy any farm, they just come to any of our community leaders and say, I see there's a mistake from somewhere like that, so they'll just come and settle.
All right.
So because we have a security there, apart from the security, we have our own internal security.
Okay.
So we'll be managing that.
All right.
Situation.
Okay. Oh, well, that is lovely. It's good to know that from both sides, though this invitation was not to come and talk about just issues of the situation of security. But of course, these are issues that are popping out from our various communities. So there is no how we'll escape talking about this. So it's not out of place to talk about it. Now, there's this story I heard.
Okay.
Some people were carrying manure, from Jos to Bassa, somewhere around the Twin Hills.
Yeah.
Mayango.
Okay.
After Jebu Mayango.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Cows just rushed in, just blocked the road, and then it was sudden, so much so that they couldn't control, and then they crushed one of the cows, right? And then there was nobody there.
Okay.
And suddenly they noticed somebody in the bush came up, and then it was a young boy, very small boy, and then he started running. Yes. So these very people now went to the nearest military checkpoint. They called them, reporting themselves that this is what happened. So when the man came, the security man, when he came, he discovered that this cow was not going to survive the injury. And so, thank God, as a security man, he was having his knife there. And then he prayed a Muslim prayer, and then he slaughtered. Now, where did the boy? You saw a boy running. Say yes, he went this direction. Now, this military man led this team, these people that were carrying manure to the village for farm. They now went to the Fulani's house, somewhere around Pachudu. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And so when they went, this small boy, he was sleeping actually.
Oh my God.
He was sleeping. And so the cow were now just on their own.
Yes.
You understand? So at the time he woke up, all he saw was that they were slaughtering this cow.
Oh my God.
That was all he saw, and then he ran. Do you understand? So when he went home, he was telling his father that the Irigwe were slaughtering their cow. Do you understand? And thank God, at the time he was telling the story, everybody in the house, of course, was panic. And then here is a soldier man with other people coming to the house. So the situation was like, what is going to happen? You understand? And so this Fulani father was already trying to start making calls.
Something
it has happened again. You understand? And so this soldier man said, no, this is the true situation. And again, why should you allow a small boy to rear? The man said, the Fulani man said, no, his younger brother who is in charge just got admission in PLATEAU,
Plapoli. Wow.
So there was no any young person in the house to do that. So I now understand that a Fulani man would not ordinarily want small children to go and do this. There must be a reason.
We are against it.
There must be a reason when you see it happen. So when I look at this whole story, I say, yes, we are really not, we are being, fueled in by assumptions.
Yeah, guys.
You just assume that this Fulani man will let this small boy to come and rent out. But there was a reason after. Anyway, our listener and viewer, it's time for us to go on a short break. We will come back, and when we do, it's going to be time for you to come into, and then we hear from you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays, 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
Are you bored and need some company? Get a TV experience like no other on Unity TV. We are turning up the hits with captivating TV shows, electrifying political programs, music, movies, and lots more that will leave you craving. I'm sure you want to know more. Tune in to Unity TV today and let the excitement take over.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.
With us on Unity 93.3 FM. It's lovely, and thank God it's Friday. Prayers are going on just so to have Nigeria. That great country that it is, of course. Asia Adamu is my name, and today's edition of Unity Trend, remember, we call it grassroots. We get to bring in people from far and near and tell us their experiences as regarding their various communities, particularly even if it is for the villages, all right? But one thing you need to know is that grassroots is not just to talk about villages. But grassroots is to talk about, to give the very people who have first-hand experience to issues that are happening in various communities to come tell the whole world what their experiences have been like and their challenges have been like. Right, this morning we are privileged to have people, of all of the two of our guests for Grassroots Edition this morning from Basa local government, Plateau State, Nigeria. And I have Mr. Abdul Hamid and also Mr. Sunday Al Hassan. Together we've been doing this, and by the way, we are streaming live, and it will be fine if you join us. Unity FM TV for YouTube and Unity Radio FM/TV Jaws for Facebook. Throw in your comments, we get to hear from there. Okay, our studio line for today's edition is 0903 1510095 is the studio line to be a part of it. For SMS is 0808-478-9999. Before I put on the studio line, I apologize. We'll have to let Mr. Abdullahi to tell us a little about the story I just told him. What do you feel about the story?
This story was so amazing, sincerely speaking.
Right.
It's very interesting. What those people have done, those who have crushed the cow, sincerely, they are fearing of God people, and they have done the right thing, and that's how it's supposed to be. When you did something wrong, even no one is seeing you, Allah is seeing you. Make sure you did the right thing. That story was so amazing, honestly.
That's
sincerely speaking.
That's lovely.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Anything you want to say about any other thing that we've not mentioned, Mr. Sunday?
No, I don't think.
All right. Okay, thank you. Now you may want to be a part of the conversation. 09031510095 is our studio line this morning. Let me read out the number again. 09031510095. And on our Facebook, I have this one from Mutala Yahya Igia Fatan Al-Khairi Malam. All right. Okay. I think this one is for me this morning. All right. Well, for Facebook, you can join us and let's do this together. I will really appreciate it. It's Unity Radio FM/TV Just for our conversations this morning. And if you call, just tell us your name, your locations, and you go straight in a minute. Let's have your own contributions. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Your name?
This is Nano calling from there.
All right. So what's your submission, please?
Seriously, I think the most important thing is the issue of insecurity in the state.
All right.
Like in those days, in my family, it's a place where you can see a Fulani man will come and eat, come and relax in the house, but today it's no more like that. But what we are praying and wishing for is for that relationship to come back, because if there's no peace, all this issue of school, roads, those ones they are after the peace. Because in my village right now, no school. All the children they are at home now because of issue of insecurity. So the best thing, the most important thing is the issue of this insecurity in our state.
Wow.
We should tackle that. That is our prayer, and we are asking the governor to look into that. From at least, especially in the land of Mango right now.
Okay.
You know what is happening here? I'm also from Mango State, Mango local government. So there's no peace in that area at all.
All right.
Parents, all of them, they are no longer in the village. They have to look.
Okay. Okay, are you there? Okay, it's a drop call. Sorry about that. It's not from our end. 09031510095 is the Hello, good morning. All right, I doubt much if that is for us. 09031510095 is the studio line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, you are live with us on Unity 93.3 FM.
This is Alan calling from Wankaku.
All right, please go on in a minute. Let's have your take.
This situation of Plateau is very unfortunate, actually. Look at what a friend is telling that at South, there should be a abortion church. And now here in Jos or in the North, abortion is killing his friend abortion. This is very unfortunate. We should look and a way for us to be sitting together. Peace and harmony should be restored. Women should do the needful for this matter. Why is it only Plateau?
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for calling. Now, he just wonder why some Nigerians will be at some part of this country and they are being, there are get-free statements offered against them, and then back home again, you yourself, you're not living in peace. Well, the emphasis is that we all should live as human beings and as Nigerians. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, you may need to call us back. Apologize. Somehow 09031510095 is the studio line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you.
I'm Christine. I'm from Kubaru.
Peace is priceless. Please go on in a minute.
Yes, I want to say kudos to you for always bringing people like today, Friday, from the grassroots to talk about their challenges.
Yes.
Honestly, it's a good thing.
Thank you.
At least if the government has a listening ear, they will do something about it.
Thank you.
You know, I want to talk about the road in Basa. Honestly, that road is terrible. I wish the government would do something before even the rain comes. Because people suffer. Me, I used to go to Basa myself. I work in Basa. And honestly, we are not finding it easy. When you go to work and come back, you'll be so tired as if you went to farm. So, the government should do something about it.
All right.
And I've also been to school, to some schools in Basa. Like I went to one school in Pandana Children the other time, I think last 2 years. In that school, only one teacher. The teacher does everything. The teacher he teaches all the classes and the rest of them.
Wow.
There were no teachers. And if you see the condition of the school, some of the children, they sit on the bare ground, no floor, nothing. And I don't know how these people, these children will become. You know, without a conducive environment, I don't know how these children will learn something reasonable. So the government should do something about it. Thank you very much. Peace is priceless. Let's live in peace.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Christy Izang. Peace is priceless, of course. And this one is Sakir Umar. He's saying, good morning, sir. May God bless you for the good work you are doing. We appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Yes.
This is your hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on. Hello? Just speak on. All right. Once the line is connected, for instance, just receive it. Please just go on. You mustn't wait to hear from me before you make your submission. Hello, good morning. Hello? All right, 09031510095 is the studio line. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Oh, mine. On our Facebook page, this one is saying, good morning, sir. May God bless you for the good work you are doing, sir. Please, let's join hands and pray for peace in Plateau State and Nigeria at large. That's true. And it's coming from Adams Smith. Hello, good morning. We lost that too. Muhammad Tajuddin, good morning, gentlemen in the studio. The guests have spoken very well, and we will continue to pray for peace in the state. Insecurity in some part of the state is affecting the entire progress of the state. So we should do all that we can to make sure that peace reign in the state. May God give us permanent peace in Plateau State. Muhammad Tajuddin from Naraguda. Thank you, Muhammad Tajuddin. Hello?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Now, who they do us? You wanted me come around looking for you, sir. Please, you have a minute. Yes.
I want to ask you a question.
Have you eaten?
Have you eaten?
Please go on.
I want to ask you, have you eaten?
Yes, I just did.
When we were talking about this, our situation of country in Nigeria, I share just about country because if I tell you the story, one my story is when I was here. I didn't say whether you are Christian or Muslim.
Yes.
So you treat everybody with their rights here. Honestly. So I'm not even telling you my story when I was speaking time off. You understand?
Yes.
But here in Nigeria, can it be like that? The thing is, we're here not. But when it's like Lagos State, exactly Lagos State, you see my brother and sister, brother and brother, this is the Christian, this is the Muslim. It's not like that.
Yes.
This one invite brother to the church, brother will go. This one invite his brother to the mosque, the brother will go. Yeah, it's not like that. The only thing is, what I'm saying is,
yeah.
They are in law. They need to raise them. Let them go to school. Education matters in every situation whereby you are. No matter what, you cannot compare primary teachers and secondary teachers. You cannot compare secondary teachers and university. You understand?
Yes.
Even the one you don't go to school and start illiterate, who doesn't know ABCD. You can't compare it with someone that wants to school that goes to primary one to primary two. You understand? The issue here in law, the elders, the religious leaders, they have to wake up to that number. The marry for. But when you marry before, take care of the children. When your children go to school, all these things there, you will not be happy.
Yes.
Don't you tell me out there. If you see a child of 18 years, 19 years, 20 years, I'll do not then send them for you. They are imagining, begging in the street. A child of 20 years, 19 years, begging. Up to this stage, wherever you are. How do you expect that the person will go? Usually, here is not. It's too much, it's too rampant. Assuming that yes, and this. It's not like that. I'm a traveler. You understand that? Yes. I know when I go to the whole state, I know what I saw. I know what I am in there.
All right.
You understand? So may God bless our country.
Thank you.
God bless you. Bless our unity radio.
Thank you so much. Now, who the doers? It's been a while, and this one, an SMS is saying, good morning, Cool B and Professor B. May God bless you all. From Prof, you really make my day. I really agree with you. What you said, 100% from Aliu Maza. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. All right. Jamilu.
Actually, I really appreciate your gesture within our community.
Yes.
I want to emphasize, I want to comment about the topic of Abdullah. He was emphasizing about education.
Yes.
Education is very important because without education, people will not understand. We cannot understand each other. Because I can recall a conversation with one of the notorious kidnappers. He was a so-called Muslim brother, calling himself a Muslim. But when they were asking him on how to perform prayer, he didn't know anything about that. And all of us here in Nigeria, or in Plateau, in particular, living as Muslim and Christian, we have to understand each other. Let us understand our situation. As a Muslim, you cannot see a Muslim because according to your fellow Christians must be a Muslim because according to Islamic scripture, there was a verse that was saying that there is no compulsion in religion. But when you understand each other, we can live in peace. And I know even in Christianity, there may be a path that will not touch on that very religion. But if we understand each other, we will live in peace and harmony.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's my take.
Thank you very much. Still talking about education. If one is educated, of course, you expect that he will make informed decisions. And so, if today we have children whom are not undergoing through formal educations, it means that the future still blinks. And that is why on our grassroots edition today, we are making noise about it so that attention will be thrown to it. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Well, he's not getting it. A message is saying, good morning, please help me and my children. We need food. Oh my, there's an account number here and also a phone number, I think. All right. Thank you. Well, we'll look towards that. If you are there and you would want to support, they need food, herself and her children. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, sorry. And one of the last I'll be reading an SMS is saying, good morning, Kubi, and the guest. Kudos to you, Kubi, for always bringing people from the grassroots to talk about their challenges. At least if the government have a listening ear, they will do something about it. Honestly, the road in Basa needs attention. Something should be done before the rains come. I have been to a school in Basa where the head teacher takes all the classes because there are no teachers. This is so sad. I don't know what becomes of the children tomorrow. Please, the government should do the needful. Peace is priceless. Let's live in peace. God bless Plateau State. Christy Izan from Rukubaro. I think she had also taken her pass to the. She also called. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name?
Hello. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you. I can hear you.
Yes, this is Mr. Ishaq.
Okay, where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Nasarawa State.
Nasarawa State. It means that you're monitoring from your TV set.
Please, am Am I talking with the studio Unity train?
You are on with Unity 93.3 FM.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, this is FM. I want to go with the TV program.
Yes, you are on. Please, you have a minute.
Hello?
Yes, you are on. You have a minute.
Yes,
you are on to Unity.
I just want to appreciate with the program.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
The presenter and the guests in the studio.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all right. All right. He's monitoring. He's watching us live. As a TV, someone watching us from the TV there. And this one will be the last one for me to pick even today. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Uncle B. Have you eaten this morning?
Have you eaten?
Yeah. I'm coming from Tanzania.
Please go on, Mr. Emma.
Okay, my take this morning is about this, and secondly, my husband is the people of Mongo.
Okay.
My take this morning is about peace. You see, peace. We have to tell ourselves the truth. We, the citizens, if we don't tell ourselves the truth, nowhere, let's say, even the bring the whole soldiers in Nigeria to the Plateau State, without us not agree, let there be peace. There will not be peace. And most of our leaders, when we come out, we speak, let there be peace. But when in the back, we go and speak another thing. We are not telling ourselves the truth. Please, I'm calling the people of Plateau, especially these Bata people. Please, as one of your guests is speaking there, honestly, just continue. Speak to your people. Let there be peace. Without peace, even to the school, you can't go to school.
You can't go to school.
One of my friends, I called him yesterday in Mongo. It's over 3 days now. They put, even in children, don't know how to do. So you see all these things.
Let there be peace. Thank you.
Without peace, no peace, we can't do anything.
Thank you.
Yes, let there be peace.
Yes.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Emma. Okay, that will be the last for us to take on our calls this morning. And this one is saying, good morning, Cool B and Prof B and the guests. Whoever fears Allah and keep his duty to him, God will surely make a way for him out of every difficulty. Nothing is heavier on the believer's scale on the day of judgment than good character. While kindness is not a debt you pay, but an investment you make, be of good character. Hassan Gerber. And lastly, this one say, morning Cool B, Prof B, and the guest. We get it right at the grassroots level, then we have achieved our aim. The only way to coexist in peace is to forgive one another and love whole. Okay, heartedly. Adewumi from Bauchiro. Thank you, Adewumi. That's the much we can take. We have just but 2 minutes.
All right.
I'll be giving you a minute and I'll give Sunday a minute, so we'll cap up.
Alhamdulillah, based on what this our callers, sincerely speaking, you know, when persons say we need to learn how to live in peace, it marvels me because we have not learned, we are living in peace.
Okay.
In our side, just like I told you, in the Christian, when we are eating this food in the same plate, living in the same plate. But I don't know. Let me, sincerely speaking, if mostly when this crisis is arising up, you discover the traditional lures, the ROs, and people live around there, maybe they are not doing their work. But if they can come together and work as a leader, wallahi, there is nothing. Those people, they are our children. And we cannot give back to our children and they will overpower us. And also, I want to call on the government. Please, there is advice here. The government should look in that education aspect. This CRS and IRS, or Islamic study and Christianity is good and fine. You see, in those days, those two subjects, they are very important. But nowadays, we don't care. You discover in the daycare, nursery, primary school, secondary school, all those soldiers, they are abandoned. How will you have the fearness of Allah? How will you have the fearness of God? If you are a Christian, you are not teaching in the Christian religion what you're supposed to do according to the Bible. How will you fear your God? If you are a Muslim, the same thing. You don't learn Quran, you don't learn the teaching of Prophet. How will you have the fearness of Allah? So please, I'm calling of the government, they should look on that aspect.
All right, thank you. A minute, Mr. Sunday.
Yeah.
Step up.
Yes, I want to call on this government to pay more attention on rural communities in the areas of roads, so as to connect the villages to urban areas.
All right.
So that is why, and I believe this very government will do so.
All right. Okay, you think and you believe this government would do so. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday, for coming for grassroots edition of Unity Train this morning. Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi, for coming also. Look forward to having you more and more. Thank you, our listener and our viewer. This week cannot do without you. Thank you for always being there. This is the last edition for this week. I promise, God's willing, in His grace and mercy, will help us see another weekend. So we'll be here just to do the same thing. Thank you so much. From me, Kobe, and the rest of the crew, say thank you. Do have yourself a lovely weekend.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.